You have an impressive resume. Oxford, Harvard, Rhodes Scholar, Intel officer in the US Navy, having served in Afghanistan as well. Also the youngest transport secretary in US history. And you're also the first openly gay secretary in cabinet. Do you think the US is ready for a gay president?
Well, before I think about this as a politician, I think about this as a father. As we're talking, it's Father's Day.
Yes,
and,
happy Father's Day.
And my husband Chasten and I are raising an amazing son and daughter, our twins. And I am hopeful that we are getting closer to a future in which families like mine know that we are supported and protected the same as any other family. Again, in this administration, the President has led a lot of work to do just that, notably the Respect for Marriage Act that establishes protections for marriages like the one that is at the core of my family, household, and life. But there's still a long way to go when it comes to legal protections and when it comes to the treatment of LGBTQ Americans. And this Pride Month, our hope is that we continue to make forward strides, that those voices that try to get some kind of political advantage by picking on what are already often vulnerable and marginalized people find a different place to put their energies, like making life easier for everybody.
So at this stage, the U.S. is not ready for a gay president then? Is that what you're saying?
No, again, I'm not here to talk about presidential politics. I answered that question by running for president a few years ago.
A lot of chatter since that interview done with Ron DeSantis, where you talked about how he's not speaking to you. How are you looking at his bid to be president?
You know, I'll stay away from the campaign side because I'm here in an official capacity, but let me say this. I am puzzled that a governor in a role as important as his, or frankly any elected official in the United States, given all of the things that they are asked to confront, everything from disaster response to infrastructure, to the economic pressures their people are facing, decide to make such a priority of stoking culture wars. He really seems to be more interested in battling Disney than battling some of the challenges that the people he serves are facing. We're not going to let that get in the way of us doing good work for the people of Florida. They actually have a very good, effective Department of Transportation there. We've worked with them on everything from more parking for cargo trucks, which is a big issue across the country, including in Florida, to making sure there's more capacity in their ports. And I'm doing everything I can to keep the politics off to the side, because the President has instructed me and everybody in the cabinet to make sure that we are doing work that benefits every community, so-called red states, blue states, purple states, places that voted for this president and places that didn't, because as the saying goes, we all do better when we all do better.
Would you be interested in being part of his second administration?
You know, that's for the president to discuss and decide, but right now I'm focused on this term, this administration, and this job, and doing the best that I possibly can.